Hello, welcome to Sandra P. Gen Extra. This is Traitors US, and it's season 3, episode 10. This episode is called The Power of the Seer, and it is actually named after a power that someone is going to get in one of their challenges that they're going to go on today. Let me start my banner for you. And for the first time, I'm trying a premiere. So when this actually goes live, I'll be in the chat and we can talk about what we think about this episode. This is a pretty good episode. You see there, we have Brittany and Dolores commiserating at the breakfast table, but we start out where we ended last week. So we're going to have Danielle gets to pull Brittany in, which she has wanted to do for a long time, but she does it with an ultimatum. But by the rules of the game, she has to offer to a faithful the power to be a traitor. But with that power to be a traitor, if they accept it, they have to accept or either leave the game or be, again, we call it being murdered within the game. So, of course, Brittany accepts. She says yes. She's been working with Danielle already. She just laughed when she walked into the Tourette and she saw Danielle there. So Brittany now is officially a traitor. She and Danielle start to come in and work together. So at breakfast, the people that are left are going to be Ivor, Dylan, or Tom that are going to be murdered by the traitors that night. The first people that enter are Dylan and Danielle. Dylan and Danielle come in first. They're happy to see each other. They start to talk to each other, that they're each other's, rock in the game. They're going to try to take each other to the end. And Dylan thinks that a strategist is going to win the game. Danielle thinks she's a strategist, so she's happy to hear that. So the next people that enter at breakfast, Brittany and Dolores. So another traitor comes in with somebody else that's a faithful. Brittany and Dolores come in. They discuss the weird mission that they have. Dolores still has her eye on Tom is a traitor theory. And I honestly think that Dolores just started thinking Tom was a traitor because Tom always votes for Dolores. Tom will come among different people that he thinks is a traitor, but he'll end up voting for Dolores. So I think that's the reason why Dolores started voting for him. Haven't seen any real thought or strategy from Dolores. She just one of the housewives. She's the last standing housewife. So I think everybody does believe she's a traitor by now. There are no targets on Dolores. And next, they speculate that Ivor, this is Dylan's word, is the most faithful of the faithfuls. And he thinks that the traitors are going to take Ivor out that night. So Gabby enters to applause. Gabby is wearing, let me see if I can show you what Gabby is wearing. Gabby considers herself a fashionista. Look at what that is funny. This is at the round table, but when she actually came into breakfast with this on, Dylan asked her if she could lift her arms. No, because you know how men are. Sometimes they're real practical about the clothes. And it was cute, but it looked kind of like a lampshade. So that's why she's sitting there with her shoulders hunched like that. And it was the cute little leather shorts with it and everything. She got a lot of compliments on the outfit because it was different. So Gabby enters the room to applause. Gabby starts talking to them in that slow little baby voice, her theory about the traitors. I think that the traitor is going to be someone psychotic, this and that. And Danielle, it's funny, Danielle always takes offense when Gabby is talking about the traitors because Gabby has made it clear that she does think Danielle is a traitor. So Danielle takes the insults personally when Gabby's doing this. So I find that pretty funny. The person that is actually left, they show the night before what happens. Tom Sandoval walks into his room and there is the note from the traitors on the chair. So he just starts laughing. And Tom Sandoval being Tom, Tom is really delusional. Tom really thinks that he is that guy. Tom said that, I'm going to miss him. I'm not going to lie. Tom laughed at the letter when he got it. He dressed nice. He had on this, he dressed very nicely. He had on a velvet smoking jacket. He doesn't have the sweats anymore. He seemed to have dried out during his time in Scotland at the castle. And Tom was looking good. So detoxing really worked for him. But he says he enjoyed it so much. He said that he is happy that he was so good at the game. He knows that he's been a pleasure to work with. These are Tom's words about himself. He's been a pleasure to work with. he knows that he is valued and respected and that he's probably one of the best to do it. And so that is why the Traitors had to take him out. This is what Tom said. That's the reason why he got murdered by the Traitors. So I found that pretty funny. These mediocre men really think they be doing it. And I think just like Dan last year, Dan was pretty mediocre, but he thought he was this wild strategist as well until he got slapped down verbally by Phaedra. So Alan says he comes to breakfast and he takes Tom's picture off the wall. He says, for once, he was totally faithful. So everybody starts laughing because we know of the cheating scandal that happened on Vanderpump Rules. Chriselle left, and she had a vendetta against Tom to get him out because he had cheated on her friend in real life. She brought it into the game and never stopped talking about it until she left. So that was the end of Tom Sandoval in this game. I have to admit, I am going to miss him. Gabby was making tea. She's talking to Danielle. She's still dragging the Traitors. So she's saying that the Traitors cause a lot of chaos. Danielle realizes that Gabby needs to be a target for banishment. So she brings starts that to the different players in the game. Danielle keeps pleading that she trusts Dolores, but she wants Dolores to think about who a traitor would be. It's going to be a cute girl, a girl next door. And Dolores is nodding her head, but I don't know if Dolores realizes that Danielle's trying to steer her toward Gabby. So Ivor pulls Dylan aside. He said there are 1 to 2 traitors left. He thinks that they're women. Ivor's on something. He thinks that they're women, and he suspects Danielle. Dylan also suspects Danielle, but he is close with Danielle. He doesn't have a problem being close with a traitor because he feels like the traitor will protect him and take him to the end, and then he can deal with the person at that stage of the game. So he is right about that. Gabby shares that she believes there are 2 traitors to Brittany, not realizing that she's talking to a traitor, that Brittany has been turned and that Brittany's now a traitor. So Brittany tells Dylan that she suspected Gabby and that she voted for Danielle and she's going to vote for Danielle again. So Brittany is like a dog with a bone. In this case, she happens to be right. Danielle is a traitor. Danielle sipping tea, and also Gabby is in the room, and Gabby's having her tea, and Gabby tells the viewer, she said, I'm not intimidated. I think Danielle's trying to intimidate me, but I'm not. Confessional Danielle she's being kind of rude. She says, she doesn't even know. I'm going to annihilate her. Because now she has it in for Gabby, because Gabby keeps telling everybody that she suspects Danielle, of which she's right, but Danielle's mad about it. Every time she gets made, she gets upset with the person that made her instead of her own over-the-top theatrics, which brought her to everybody's attention. Let me see if I have another picture of, okay, this is the challenge that they're getting ready to go on. They start out with the bust the balloon, and gold dust comes out, they win cash. Or if they bust it and black comes out, they're out. So what the power of the seer is, that person is going to be able to ask a person's true identity, and the person has to tell the truth. So that's what the power of the seer is. It's toward the end of the game. They have different rounds in the game. The first round is a $500 round. The next round is a $1,000 round. And the first round, everyone is successful except for Dylan. Dylan doesn't win any money. The next round, Gabby gets out. Last, we have Brittany and Danielle. They're desperate to win this game because they don't want any of the faithfuls to have the power of the seer, because Danielle is already under suspicion. She's the main one that if a person wins that power, they will ask her what her identity is, and she'll have to out herself as a traitor. So she'll be out of the game if that happens. But she's playing so hard. Dylan is now suspicious of Danielle. Dylan also says the clowns give him bad luck, and he's not winning any money in this game, so he's right. Creepy dolls in the next round, we see creepy dolls right there. That is $1,200 round. Gabby has no money, so she says she's just going to go for it, which she does. She keeps pulling her doll string. It clicks, and you win more money. Pull the doll string. click send you in more money. You pull the dial string, and there is a point where it says, too greedy, you're out. That was the $2,000 mark. So you lose all the money if that happens. So Confessional Ivor says that he thinks that Danielle is a traitor, so he's just going to go ahead and go for it. His creepy doll, he pulls the string and he's out. Now, Ivor has been suspicious of Danielle for some time, but Ivor is confusing to me because even he suspects Danielle, usually he will get swayed at the round table and end up voting for Danielle. And that's how they're voting out all these faithfuls. Danielle was able to bank $2,000. Dylan says he's going to keep pulling strings so that the Traitors won't win power of the Seer. Dylan is out. So the final part of the challenge, Brittany doesn't want Dylan to be a Seer because she knows that he is going to ask Danielle that question. And Brittany, since she's become a traitor, she's trying to protect Danielle. There's no suspicion on Brittany right now, but Danielle has been under suspicion since early in the game. Gabby says that her manicure is going to be all messed up because this next game, they are dropping something out of a tree and they have to try to fill it up. It's disgusting. Dylan says the bags are filled with poo. So Gabby says that her manicure is going to be messed up, but she got enough baby wipes. She's just going to go all in on this game. Danielle says she doesn't care either. She's trying to win this power. So Dylan's watching Danielle desperate, and he's still suspicious of her. At the 3-minute mark, no one has filled enough of the cages in order to win that game. 2-minute mark, same thing. So Alan's twist is that he's going to withhold the power of the Seer until after the round table. So they go back to the castle. Ivor is eating a plate of food. The food looks really good. It looked like some type of beef stew or something. Vegetables and meat and everything. So Ivor's eating. He's a total flip-flopper. Every time he talks to somebody, he does say that he has Danielle in his sights, but if that person suspects someone else, Ivor ends up changing. He's very wishy-washy. So Danielle is trying to get everybody to steer their vote toward Gabby because she knows Gabby is after her. So they go into the round table. Nobody speaks. Nobody wants to start. Oh, let me give you what the breakdown of the money is so far. Alan comes into the round table first. He tells them that they added $40,300 to the pot, and that currently they have $166,000 in the pot. Now we know the pot can get up to $250,000. Whoever's left is gonna either split the pot, or if it's one person left, they get all the money. So no one wants to start the round table. Brittany just takes a breath, and everyone looks at her, so she just starts talking. She's claiming that Gabby is just getting to know her when she had all the time when they first got there to get to know everyone, but she just stuck to her own alliance, which was the Bambis. So she finds that is suspicious. That was Chriselle, Nikki, and Gabby. But just now, Gabby's starting to get to know Brittany. So Brittany puts that up as something that should bring suspicion on Gabby. Gabby defends herself. She says, well, I could say the same thing about you, which is true. People have people that they stick to, and then other people they get to know later. So that is how Gabby was defending herself. Danielle started talking real slow and steady, trying to convince everybody that Gabby is a traitor, and she's trying to sound like she's innocent. Gabby is defending herself at this round table. Everything that Danielle says to her, Gabby has a reason. She also tells Danielle that she floated Carolyn's name. She didn't Derek, that she had anything to do with Derek, but she ably defends herself, unlike Carolyn, who was banished last week. So she tried to, as Gabby was speaking, Danielle tries to cut her off, and Gabby said to let me finish. And she said, you voted for Boston. She said that she voted for Boston Rob twice, and Gabby said, so did I. I voted for Boston Rob twice, which was true. They were both instrumental in getting Boston Rob out of the game and getting a traitor out. And Gabby and Ivor also, when I was speaking before, he said that he felt like what was going between Danielle and Carolyn was traitor on traitor violence, which is that's actually happened to be true. So that was what was confusing to people, that the fact that the traitors turned on each other. That's why some people maybe still think Danielle is not a traitor, because she was instrumental in the Boston Rob vote. She had been trying to get him out. And then also she was one of the first ones to voice Carolyn as a possible traitor. And then of course Carolyn was a traitor, which Danielle knew because she's a traitor as well. Excuse me. Oh, Dylan is torn. When Dylan votes, he votes for Danielle. Danielle is very hurt. But she's like, it's okay, it's okay. And they're running out of people to vote for. So Danielle knows that she's going to have to get some votes. Ivor votes for Danielle as well. Dolores votes Ivor because Dolores goes all the way back to Dorinda. Dorinda is the first housewife voted out, the first anyone voted out. And Ivor had an argument with Dorinda the night before she was murdered. So that is why Dolores is now suspicious of Ivor. Danielle claims that in an aha moment that, oh, okay, I'm going to vote for Ivor. So Danielle votes for Ivor. Gabby sticks to voting for Danielle. She says that she's never been certain, but she still thinks that Danielle is a traitor. So that is enough for her to vote for her. Brittany misspells Ivor's name for some reason. Dylan throws the vote. They have to go through another round because there's a tie. There are 3 votes for Ivor. There are 3 votes for Danielle. Alan comes in and he tells them that they are going to have to go another round of votes. In this round, Danielle nor Ivor can vote. Each of them get to make their case. Danielle's case is, I don't have it in me to be a traitor. I couldn't do that. And she starts crying. Ivor's case is that he is not a liar. He's not able to lie. But he is faithful, and if they vote him out, when he gets to the circle of truth, it's just going to be them voting out another faithful. So they go back to the last vote that they're going to have. Dylan does not change his vote, even though Danielle begged him. She said, please, please don't let me go out like this. I don't have it in me. I couldn't do that. Dylan does not listen to Danielle. He keeps his vote, Danielle. Dolores keeps her vote, Ivor. Gabby changes her vote to Gabby votes for Ivor. And there is, during Danielle's appeal, she kept saying she's fighting for her life. That was strange language that she was using, that she's fighting for her life. And she said that she's just going to appeal to Dylan because she didn't think she could change anybody else's vote. So Dylan, he did vote for Danielle. Alan asked, is anyone wavering? Because going on for quite a while at the round table, I guess. I would have targeted Dolores because she's all over it. So Dolores nods at Danielle. Dylan says if he's wrong, he's going to be haunted forever, but he doesn't change his vote. He says if she makes it past tonight, she's going to win. So he has to put her name down. He votes for Danielle. Gabby keeps her vote at Danielle. So Danielle still has 2 votes. Dolores voted for Ivor. Brittany's vote is up in the air. So that is where the round table ends. It ends, and we're going to find out next week whether or not they voted out Danielle, who's an actual traitor. I don't know what these faithfuls are going to do, or whether I voted out, and he's been called the most faithful of the faithful. So this was a pretty good episode. I'm looking forward to see what happens Thursday night, because this review was kind of late. I like to do them the following day at least. I had some other reviews to get out, but thank you for stopping by, Sandra P's Gen Extra. And Traitors is getting pretty good. I'm curious about what's going to happen next week. I'll be back here, and I'll be down in the chat when I premiere this. So thank you. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their week. Bye.